How to set up subscription reports. In O2 Analyzer, it's possible to push out a list of reports every month. For example, you could send a personal summary bill to each of the O2 mobile subscribers, showing them their total charges, usage, recurring, and also the breakdown of the usage and all their call details in one report. You can also send group level managers or users a summary for their department or cost center. And as an enterprise administrator, you can get an overall summary sent to you by email should you wish. To set this up, go to the Setup tab, Report Subscription, then go to Menu, Enterprise Delivered Reports, and if you wish to push the personal summary bill out to each end user, you can select from the following options. So as you can see here, there's a little bit of summary below here. This report contains an overall total, a list of recurring and one-off charges, as well as a list of all calls. So you can select Deliver this report to every user, personalized with their data whenever it's available. By default, you can compress and zip it and enter a password. And should you wish, you can allow users to opt out or unsubscribe from receiving this report. So in this example, I'm going to send an email out to all the end users, and I have a choice of how I want to save it. I can have it as an email attachment as CSV, Acrobat PDF, Excel or Word. So because there's a graph in it, I might select PDF, or if the user wishes to manipulate it or do further reporting on the actual attachment, then maybe I might pick Excel, for example. I can customize the email going out to each of the end users. For example, I can say, here is your monthly O2 bill. And in the body, I can put in, for example, for further information, please contact the telephony department and select OK. And that's what will appear in the email out to the end users. For group level managers, cost center managers, you can select the same option. And this report pushes out a report for your group. It shows a trend graph of the most recent 6 months and lists the numbers in your group total by cost, number of calls. It also gives a breakdown of your top international users, your top roamers, your top premium users, and top direct inquiry users as well. Should you as an administrator wish to receive a top level summary, you can select My Delivered Reports, and you can select, for example, your top level summary. And I'll show you an example of this in a minute, but this contains a listing of all of the phone connections or subscribers on the O2 account for that month. So as soon as the bill is published and it's uploaded and processed on your O2 Analyzer system, you'll receive your top level summary. And that goes for any of these subscriber reports you've just seen earlier. Should you wish to also receive a personal summary if you've got an O2 mobile phone, a corporate phone, then select this option for yourself. And by default, this will be emailed to you also. Don't forget to save at the bottom. A few other reports to show you about. You can receive electronic reports. So the ones I've just described are formatted in Analyzer with graphs and text, and they look good and neat. But if you want to receive an electronic copy, which is not formatted, for example, a comma-separated file, and I'll show you an example of one or two of these, you could select this EDI format report here. This particular one, Format 0, is a summary level report per connection or per phone. And skipping down to EDI Format 2, this is a report containing all call details. And here's an example of some. So for the personal summary, which you can send out to all end users, here we go here. This is an example of a user I prepared earlier. So for this person here, Peter O'Brien, he's got 2 mobiles. Here's his bill for December 2012 for device 1, mobile 1. His cost, as you can see, is €27.78. And for his broadband modem, it's $16.45. Then you have a list of charges on the next section. Recurring charges, service charges, any add-ons he has, like as you can see, a 1 gig data allowance, etc. Followed by a breakdown of the types of calls, activity call, data messaging. And then all the calls that he made on that bill, on the December bill. So a listing of all the calls, as you can see here. And as I mentioned earlier, that can be pushed out to all end users. For the administrator, he or she can get the top level summary, which is a graph in this case, going back 6 months, a trend graph comparing your previous month's bills, and it lists, as you can see here, all of the subscribers that are on the O2 account, listing their, of course, their name, mobile number, their recurring or rental charges, their usage totals, their bill name, bill number, any reporting group that they're in, the company, and this is the O2 account number or corporate ID, and the total for that particular end user with a total at the end. And this is an example of report saved in PDF, but you can also, of course, have it, as you saw earlier, saved in Excel should you wish. The electronic report, so again, if you're feeding them into another machine, so these are machine readable reports, EDI format 0 looks like this. So it's a comma separated report. I've just brought it into Excel because it's easier to read. As you can see, same kind of information, just not formatted. It's machine readable. And finally, just to show you, you can also get all the call details for the bill, again in a CSV style, but I've saved it in Excel for ease of viewing. So you can imagine this is just a snapshot example of 2 calls, but you could have thousands of calls here separated by comma. And that ends subscription reports. Thank you and goodbye.